Welcome back to Whiteboard Finance, everybody. My name is Marco. I'm here with
Roman.
Okay, this is Roman with RS Professional Homes. The reason I chose to talk to Roman today is because he actually rehabbed a home in the market that I'm actually looking for a home in, and I couldn't help but recognize the quality of craftsmanship that he did. So me, just running this YouTube channel, I naturally reached out to him and said, hey, would you mind, talking about the flip? Because I did notice that he did acquire it for a much lower purchase price than what was going on in the market. So ultimately we got together. He gave me a beautiful tour of the home. Well, if you want to stick around till the end of this video, I will show the rest of the home. It's absolutely immaculate. And also I do want to run through the numbers and how he acquired the deal and things like that. So let's just tell us a little bit about yourself, your company, and how you actually ended up finding this property.
Okay. Yeah, so we're a family-owned rehab company. We buy real estate, we rent real estate, we sell homes. So this particular deal, we found it through direct mail. That's one of our marketing strategies. We use different types of marketing strategies. This particular one, we used direct mail. So that's how we acquired it. As far as the numbers, so we got it under contract for $140,000. We were approximating about $40,000 in rehabs. It ended up being just a little bit over that, but not too much. And then we listed it for sale at $249,000. And we weren't expecting this, but we got an offer like within 9 hours, and it sold just like that.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Usually when something sells that fast, it means that it's underpriced. So do you feel like you guys underpriced the property?
I feel like maybe we could have got squeezed a few more thousand out of it, but I feel like we got the perfect buyer at a perfect time. And then the other issue that comes into play is a house appraising at the price that it's sold as. So it appraised without a problem at $249,000, and I feel like if we pushed it to $259,000 or $269,000, maybe it wouldn't appraise. So it worked out the way it worked out for a reason.
Perfect, perfect. Well, congratulations. Hopefully it closes here soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So we're in the house right now. They do have it under contract. So knock on wood, the house does sell. So you mentioned direct mail earlier when you're describing on how you found the property.
Yeah.
So for the viewers that aren't familiar with that, can you explain what direct mail is?
Yeah. So everyone gets mail in their mailbox. Some of that mail is advertisement, and most of that advertisement goes straight in the trash. However, what we do, we distinguish ourselves as a company, and we use a specialized mail piece. So when we send out our direct mail, the person that opens his mailbox and looks at our mail piece opens that mail letter and then reads it and eventually reaches out to us to sell a home. We don't just blast out mail to everyone. It's very targeted. We look for motivated sellers, and there's a couple of reasons a seller could be motivated. So we look for those triggers, we find those people, we identify those properties, and we send these direct mail pieces straight to their mailbox. And so that's essentially in a nutshell what direct mail is all about.
Okay. So when you say motivated sellers, why are they motivated?
Well, it could be a number of reasons. So this particular property and most of our strategies are probates. So probate is it's basically a court process where any sort of asset changes ownership, and it could be for a number of reasons, either a death or it could be maybe a divorce or something like that, which that goes through a different court. But anyway, I'm just giving you examples. So when something like that occurs and you have something major that happened in your life that you need to get rid of an asset, and you need to get rid of an asset quick because it's more of a problem to you than a liability. For example, somebody who inherits a home, right? And they live out of state and they want nothing to do with that property. Mm-hmm. They want to sell it and sell it as quick as possible and put money in their pocket. That's when investors like myself come in and we offer that service. I usually like giving an example as we are the easy button to a home selling process. So instead of putting it on the market, going through a traditional real estate agent, paying them real estate commissions, going through appraisals, going through inspections, We basically come in, give them a cash offer, boom, right then and there, we close in 15 days. So.
Nice, very nice. So you're kind of creating a win-win situation. So you're getting an asset underpriced, and you're kind of alleviating someone from an asset that they don't want in the first place.
Exactly, that's a perfect way of putting it.
Perfect,
yeah.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about this rehab. You mentioned some numbers. At the end of the day, what are some risks involved with being a rehabber, financially and just legally?
Well, I think there's plenty of risks. First of all, a project like this, that's a hard project in itself. So the risk is that you're not going to perform to what you think you were. You're not going to get the property looking like you think you were. That's risk number one, that your design is not going to work out. Buyers are not going to buy it. The second risk is the financial risk. You're investing a certain amount of money into a piece of property, and then on top of that you're investing rehab costs. So you could be $200,000 into a property, and you're risking that $200,000 in the hope that you sell it for more in the long run and it pays off. The other risks during rehab projects, I mean, something can go wrong. You can have a pipe burst on the second floor and flood the entire home, which has happened to us in the past. So that, dealing with contractors is a risk in itself. You got to be a good project manager. You got to know how to manage contractors, because if you don't, and if you're new in this, they could take advantage of you.
Contractors are always prompt, they're always polite, they're always on time, they do great work, they're cheap. So for those of you that don't know, contractors, they're great people, they're hardworking people, but a lot of the time, they come from rougher backgrounds, and sometimes they can really take advantage of you if you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit about how you even got started in this business, and what, because for all of you that don't know, Roman actually has a full-time job outside of RS Professional Homes. What led you down this path of, doing your full-time job, which you can get into, and then also doing this on the side?
Yeah, so basically financial independence, that's what I'm after. And so I started thinking of different ideas. Where could I get into that has the best profit margins, that takes up least of my time but has the highest profit margins? And real estate was always the thing that was on my mind. And also my dad comes from a construction background, so I just kind of fell right into it, man. So the way I started was back during the rougher times in the real estate market in 2010, 11, and 12. We were buying properties for pennies on the dollar. And because we were buying them so low, it made sense to turn them into rental properties. So we were acquiring rentals up until last year. And then everyone knows that the market is pretty hot right now. So we said, hey, why don't we try a flip? Instead of making this a rental, why don't we try a flip? So we tried our first flip. We did a pretty good job, and we actually netted a decent amount of money on that flip. And so we're like, let's do it again. And then it's rinse and repeat. And see, another thing I should touch on is, if you're a real estate investor, you got to shift with the market. If the market is hot, you got to capitalize it. If the market is cold, you got to capitalize on that and buy rentals. So we're just moving and shifting with the market.
Nice. So there's a strategy for every market. So like Roman said, right now we're at record high prices per square foot, dollars per square foot for these homes. It makes more sense to come in here, get more bang for your buck by rehabbing it and flipping it, rather than holding this as a rental property. So like you mentioned earlier, 2010, 11, 12, you're getting properties for pennies on the dollar. You have a small cash outlay, but you're getting that nice cash on cash return with the rent that's coming back in. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so your out-of-pocket expenses, or whether you put a mortgage on the property, you buy cash, your return on investment is so high that it's double, triple, quadruple of what you can get in the stock market. It was a no-brainer at that time during those years to buy rentals and keep them as rentals. Right now, the property prices are increasing, so you could still make it work in certain neighborhoods, but getting that 1%, 1%. Some investors stick to the 1% rule, meaning you buy a property for $100,000 and that you should get about $1,000 a month.
Yep.
I strive for way higher than that. I strive for 2% or better.
Yep.
So it's the 2% deals are hard to come by, even in this market. So, but they're still out there. They're still out there. So,
So we live in the Midwest. This is obviously a suburb of Cleveland. Cleveland, property values don't appreciate as much in Cleveland proper or closer to downtown Cleveland. Suburbs, a little bit better, with better school systems, school districts. However, Cleveland is a great cash flow market because you can buy an older home in a blue collar neighborhood where people have solid jobs, and the rent is a good amount compared to what you're actually acquiring the asset for.
Yeah.
So when Roman mentioned the 1% rule or the 2% rule, typically what you're trying to do is you're trying to say whatever you're getting in rents should be at least 2% of the purchase price of the property. So if the property is $100,000, you want to be getting somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 a month in rent if possible.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
cool.
Exactly.
So what are your plans for the future for RS Professional Homes? Are you going to go with the ebbs and flows of the market? Are you going to stick with flipping? Are you going to stick with rentals? What's your plan?
Yeah, well, the plan is this. So we're going to continue flipping homes. Especially in this hot market, this is the best investment strategy that the market is offering. It's flipping, and we're going to continue doing that. We're going to continue with our nicely designed flips that's selling 9 hours hopefully. But the long-term goal, I guess, is getting into building probably higher-end properties, higher-end, nice new construction homes in nicer neighborhoods, kind of like this.
Nice.
And the ultimate goal is to become a developer. Basically buying a piece of land, developing it into a residential neighborhood or a condo complex or apartment building. And also on the investment side of the business, we want to get into multifamily and bigger multifamily, not just duplexes and quads. We're trying to get into a 50 unit, 100 unit, and then just keep scaling from there.
Nice, very nice. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you for taking me through the flip or the home. Stay tuned, you guys. I'm actually going to kind of interview Roman as we go through the home. And if you want to see everything that him and his father did, it's very impressive. So without further ado, any last questions or any last shout outs you wanted to give to the audience?
Yeah, just visit my Facebook page, RS Professional Homes, my Instagram account, and check out my website too, rsprohomes.com. And also I got to give a shout out to my real estate agent, Jelena Krylova. She's also on Facebook, all over the net. The best real estate agent of all time, and she got this home sold in 9 hours.
Perfect. So, at asking price too.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for joining us, and thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Yep. Thank you. Okay, we're arriving at this flip in Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey, welcome. Come on into my rehab.
Perfect. So this is Roman. He's the person that owns RS Professional Homes. So tell us a little bit about the property, Roman.
Yeah, sure. So basically complete rehab, complete gut rehab. We added square footage. We completely redid the whole living space here, brand new kitchen. I mean, every surface has been redone. Nothing that hasn't been touched here, so.
Okay, very nice. So tell us a little bit about what inspired you to go with the color scheme, the wood. This looks very beautiful. I hope that I'm doing this rehab justice.
Yeah. So as far as the design aspect, I mean, I look at what's trending out there, what other rehabbers are doing, but at the same time, I put my own little touches on it. Let's see. The color schemes, we look at what's popular, what sells. So, the gray islands, those are popular. A lot of those sell. White kitchens are very popular. I mean, we even look at the little things like the black door handles on the white cabinets. That gives it that nice little contrast. And then, the mismatching granite countertops. You got the darker by the wall, and then we go with the lighter in the islands usually. So as far as the structural design, What I try to do is optimize and maximize the living space, so I get the highest and best use out of the space that we have. So it takes some creativity, some planning, some thinking. So what we did here, this is the dining room, but previously this was an atrium. It's like an indoor garden. So what we did, we took the ceiling out, which was skylights. We put a traditional flat roof in there. We finished out the living space here, put nice little paneling here, drywall this, and this is a structural support column, but we integrated a beam to match that other beam to give it that nice little design look.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Looks very good.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to take us to the next level of the home?
Sure thing. Let's go upstairs. We'll check out the master bathroom. All right, so this is the master bath.
Very nice.
So what we did here, we completely restructured the bathroom. On the before pictures, or before we did all this was the bath. There's just a bath here, just a regular traditional bath. There's no stand-up shower, no standalone bath. So we rewired the plumbing to make a standalone bath fit and to make a shower fit. And then same thing here. We remodeled the vanity, updated, went with the traditional white with the open bottom. A lot of that's very popular right now. Bowl sinks. These are also very popular. Your high-end remodels have all these bowl sinks with these type of faucets. And we used a huge mirror. Actually, if you look at the mirror, that is the only thing that this mirror is what was here before. We didn't change it. So all we did was we kind of framed it and left it. So, okay, and then went with the nice wood look floor. A lot of that wood look comes from the fix and flip Chip and Joanne.
Okay.
Chip and Joanna, yeah. So they like that wood look. And what we did here is put in a panel. All this is a 1/4 inch plywood. We put some 1 inch strips down and painted gray, and it looks amazing, I think.
Very
it's
nice.
Better than just painting the wall. We kind of gave it structure and gave it that design aspect. So
okay. So bedroom.
Yeah, bedrooms are just, there's nothing real to see. You can
Okay.
kind of walk through. All new windows, all new, new floor, new windows, new paint. There's nothing really here.
Very nice.
We always go with the two-tone look. We go with the tan or beige in the bedrooms, and we stick to the gray everywhere else. And on white trim, the gray and the white trim, that contrast really looks nice, and it sells a lot of homes. That's what we're noticing, is you stick to those two base colors, you won't find any other color here other than the beige and the gray.
Okay.
So
very nice.
All right, so here we got a wet bar. And to make it look a lot cooler than what it was, again, we went with the wood look at the bottom and the wood look on the wall. And we didn't want to line it up perfectly, so we staggered it on each end. And I think it gives it that nice design pop that a lot of people are looking for nowadays. And then, change the countertop, change the paneling here, change the floor, painted everything, and yeah, this really stands out. This could be like a man's cave or something, This could be like it has that sports bar look. You put the TV above the fireplace, and you can just hang out here. Your bar stools will go right here. You got a sink right on the other side, and yeah.
Cool.
All right, so this is the second bathroom, downstairs bathroom. You kind of have to walk in here to see, and then if you close that door. So we went with the open vanity. This is custom built. It's not even a vanity, it's just a custom built. So no door, open vanity, and same concept, bowl sink and big mirror.
Very nice.
Yeah, so kind of cool.
Yeah, I love the colors. Very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the little walkthrough and enjoyed us showing you how we did this rehab. If you want to learn more about my business, follow us on Instagram at RS Professional Homes or RS Pro Homes. Visit our Facebook page at RS Professional Homes, or visit my website. I have a lot of great content on there. It's rsprohomes.com, rsprohomes.com. And again, we buy houses, we sell houses, and we fix houses. So check us out online.